Have you ever noticed how noisy your own mind can be? It's like even when you're doing nothing, your thoughts just keep repeating problems, what ifs, things that might never even happen. A lot of people experience this. Your mind stays awake even when your body is tired. You're lying down in bed, but your mind feels like it's alive on its own, replaying the past, worrying about the future, or sometimes even creating problems that don't really exist. You're not alone in this. I've been there too. It's like no matter how hard you try to calm yourself, the weight just seems to get heavier. You feel like you're drowning in your own thoughts. And in today's fast-paced world, with all the noise and constant flow of information, it can feel impossible to find peace of mind. Social media, news, work, family issues, self-pressure, all of these are like poison, gradually blocking the clarity of our minds. That's why it's no surprise that many people struggle with sleep, feel restless, or easily irritated. It's not just physical exhaustion, it's mental exhaustion. We carry the burden of overthinking, worrying about tomorrow, wondering what others think of us, doubting if we're doing enough to be successful. You know what's even worse? As we think about all these things, anxiety deepens, confusion grows, and we move farther away from the simple joy of being in the present moment. So, how do we clean up our minds in a world where silence seems impossible? This is where ancient Stoic philosophy comes in, a way of living that has been taught for over 2,000 years. Stoicism is not just for intellectuals or philosophers. It's for anyone who wants to live with peace, clarity, and true freedom from their own thoughts. In this video, I'm going to share simple strategies from Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca. These are principles you can start using today. And I'll tell you right now, the last strategy is the most powerful of all. In today's world, it feels almost impossible to keep your mind calm. Every day, we wake up to sound an alarm, and immediately, we check our phones, news, notifications, emails, problems, gossip, and comparisons on social media. By the time we've had breakfast, our minds are already flooded with information, noise, and endless thoughts. This is a reality of modern life, an endless flow of information we often don't even need. While we try to keep up with everything, we don't even realize that we're being chased by our own thoughts. Every day, we carry mental overload. Not just physical fatigue, but exhaustion from thinking too much, from wondering what tomorrow will bring, or what others think of us, or if we're doing enough to be successful. And here's the thing. While we're lost in all these thoughts, anxiety grows, confusion deepens, and we drift further from the simple joy of being present in the moment. So, how do we clear our minds in a world that seems designed to fill them with noise? This is where Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, comes in. Stoicism is not abstract. It's not a religion. It's a practical way of living, a philosophy that teaches how to stay calm in the face of chaos. According to Stoics, we don't control the world, the weather, other people's opinions, the future, or the past. But there is one thing we always control, our own mind. And when you learn how to clear your mind, not only will overthinking disappear, but you'll gain a deeper understanding of yourself, the world, and what true peace really means. The world around us isn't the problem. More often than not, it's how we think about the world that's the real poison. So, in the next few minutes, I'm going to share 5 Stoic strategies that can help you clear your mind. I'll be honest with you, each of these strategies is simple, but that doesn't mean they're easy. Like anything important in life, they require awareness, practice, and discipline. But there's one strategy that's the most powerful, and if you can truly live it, it will change the way you deal with your mind forever. Imagine a glass of clear water. You add a spoonful of dirt. What happens? The water slowly becomes cloudy. Add another spoonful, and it gets cloudier. If you keep adding dirt, soon you won't be able to see through the water. This is what happens to our minds. Every worry, every negative thought, every what if, Every repeated memory of the past adds another spoonful of dirt to the glass. Over time, what used to be a clear mind becomes clouded, messy, and heavy. The problem is most of us, when we feel our minds getting cluttered, instinctively try to remove each grain of dirt one by one. We try to solve every problem, answer every question, fix every issue. But the more we do this, the more dirt we add to the glass, making even more muddled. Do you know the real way to clear the water? It's not about scooping out every grain of dirt. It's simple: let the water flow. Let the clear water come in, and gradually, the dirt will wash away, leaving the water clear again. This is exactly what Stoicism teaches us. We don't need to fight every thought. We don't need to control every emotion. What we need to do is change what we allow into our minds. Replace fear with perspective. Replace overthinking with clarity. Replace anxiety with an understanding of what really matters. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic emperors of Rome, wrote reminders himself every day, not to show off or to impress anyone, but to clear his own mind. Imagine an emperor of the most powerful empire in the world, writing every day to clear his thoughts because he knew that even he wasn't immune to the chaos of his own mind. So, the question is, how do you start letting clear water flow into your mind? What concrete steps can you take to stop drowning in your own thoughts? Let's begin now, because it's time to stop being held captive by our own minds. It's time to bring back clarity, peace, and real control, not over the world, but over how we think. You don't need to be a philosopher or run away from civilization. You don't even need to start a new life to experience peace of mind. All you need are a few simple but powerful steps you can start today. These are the 5 strategies I'm going to share. They're practical, not complicated, and each of them has the potential to change how you see the world, and most importantly, how you see your own mind. As you listen to this, I want you to do more than just hear it. Try it. Live it. This is where true change begins. Strategy number 1. Know what you can control. One of the most fundamental yet powerful principles of Stoicism is simple but deep. Know what you can control and let go of what you can't. Think about it for a moment. How many of the things you're worrying about are beyond your control? The result of a job interview, what other people think of you, whether or not they like you, whether it will rain tomorrow, the economy, or whether people like your posts on social media. All of these are like floating clouds in the sky. They pass by, they move, but you can never catch them. Epictetus, a great Stoic philosopher, said that true freedom begins when you understand what is in your control and what is not. And it's true. Most of the mental poison in our minds comes from a false belief that we can control things that are beyond us. When you're constantly thinking about things that you have no control over, it's like climbing a mountain with no peak, repeatedly exhausting yourself, but getting nowhere. So, the first step to detoxing your mind is clear. Ask yourself, is this in my control or not? If it is, take action. If it's not, let it go. This is practical. Every time you feel your chest tightening from overthinking, stop, breathe, and literally tell yourself, is this in my control? If not, it's not my problem. When you do this, you'll feel a weight lifting from your mind, not because the problem is gone, but because you're no longer letting things you can't control take up space in your mind. Strategy number 2. Memento Mori. At first glance, this reminder may seem heavy or even scary. Memento Mori. Remember that you will die. But in reality, this is one of the most powerful weapons against overthinking. Memento Mori is an ancient Stoic reminder that life is short, limited, and because of that, we don't have time to waste on things that don't really matter. Think about it. How many of the things you're stressing about today won't even matter a year from now, or even a month from now? Seneca said, "We don't have a short time to live. We waste much of it." And that's the truth. Every time we let ourselves be consumed by overthinking, we waste one of life's most precious resources, time. The practice of Memento Mori is simple but deeply effective. Whenever you feel your mind growing heavy, ask yourself, if today were my last day, would this really be what I'd focus on? Is this really what matters? When you remember that time is limited, suddenly it becomes clear what truly matters. Your health, the people you love, the things that bring you joy, and everything that is beyond your control, other people's opinions, your fears, your doubts, they all fall away in the face of your limited time. Strategy number 3, practice negative visualization. The idea of imagining the worst-case scenario might sound counterintuitive, but hear me out. This practice is not about being pessimistic. It's about developing perspective. In Stoic philosophy, it's known as premeditatio malorum, or the premeditation of evils. This means you think about the worst possible outcome of a situation, whether it's losing your job, getting sick, or losing a loved one. Not to dwell in fear, but to accept that bad things can happen, and when they do, you'll be okay. By practicing negative visualization, you mentally prepare yourself for adversity. When something goes wrong, you'll be able to handle it better because you've already thought through it and accepted that it's a part of life. And paradoxically, by imagining the worst, you often realize that the situation is rarely as bad as you first thought. Things could be worse, and you could handle them. Strategy number 4, detach from outcomes. One of the most common causes of mental distress is focusing too much on outcomes. We want things to go a certain way, and when they don't, we feel disappointed or anxious. Stoics teach that we should focus on the effort, not the result. What's within our control is our actions, our intentions, and our commitment. Outcomes are up to the universe. When we detach from outcomes, we free ourselves from the pressure of perfection. We learn to focus on what we can do right now, with the understanding that things may not go as planned. And that's okay. If you're working toward a goal, focus on doing your best, not on making sure the end result meets your expectations. Let go of the need to control how things will turn out. You'll feel less anxious and more at peace. Strategy number 5, embrace impermanence. Everything changes. That's one of the only certainties in life. Nothing stays the same forever, not the good, not the bad, not even the pain you feel right now. Everything is temporary. When you start embracing the idea of impermanence, your mind will start to settle. You'll stop clinging to outcomes, to people and to things, and you'll begin to let go. This doesn't mean being indifferent. It means being at peace with the fact that everything will change, and that's okay. Everything comes and goes, feelings, situations, experiences. Knowing this allows us to appreciate the present moment, to accept that things are the way they are right now, but they won't always be this way. The power of Stoic strategies lies in their simplicity. They aren't quick fixes, but when you practice them, your mind will become more serene, less cluttered, and far less controlled by the noise around you. You won't be at the mercy of overthinking anymore. So, let's go back to the glass of water. You don't need to remove every bit of dirt. You don't need to force your mind into a perfect state. You just need to let the water flow and let things settle naturally. When you practice Stoicism, you let the clear water of perspective, simplicity, and acceptance flow through you, washing away the dirt of unnecessary thoughts and worries. The real power is in the practice, not in the knowledge. So, let's get started today.